Hello, this is Justin again. So, up until now, we've been talking about planning with a simple triangle system designed to maximize student practice. But often, what happens is students aren't actually used to practicing English. So, when we go into the classroom with these new ideas, unusual things happen, things that surprise us or things we didn't expect. So, I'm now going to go over a simple system for analyzing, for reflecting on what happens when things don't go the way we expected. So after teaching, there are always a lot of questions. Did it go the way you expected? Did the students learn something? I always hope they did, but sometimes it's a little hard to be sure. And that is why we need to have a system for reflecting. So is this reflection? Teachers use the word reflection a lot, but I'm never sure what it means, and I hope that it can mean something more than just sitting and thinking and eating toast. Reflecting on teaching really is taking time to think carefully about what happened. So you get ideas about why and how it happened, and you can use those ideas in the future. This is reflection, and this, frankly, is something that will look very familiar to a lot of people who have done courses with us in Quito. We spend a lot of time writing in our journals, sitting in circles and discussing what happened, talking it over again in small groups. So, for reflection, what we're really looking for is a simple system that we can use to analyze what happened. So, one way I like to reflect is by asking three simple questions. What? What happened? ¿Qué pasó? So what? Did it matter? Why did it happen that way? What can I learn from it? Was it significant? Why did it happen this way? And finally, now what? What will I do in the future? So that seems very, very simple. To make it a little clearer, I'm going to take us through a quick example. So to show you how to use what, so what, and now what to help analyze classes, I'll be talking about an experience that I had recently. So this was one of my first ever online classes through Zoom. And what I realized, Zoom has this really cool feature where you can divide people into groups so that they have to talk in smaller groups instead of in the whole class. But as soon as they broke into groups, they seemed to start talking. They stayed in English, which is very nice, except for the group that I was in. And the group that I was in, the students talked much less. And instead of talking to each other, they were only talking to me. And when I moved to another group, the same thing happened, that they kept talking to me instead of talking to each other. So that is my what. That is what happened. So what? Was this significant? Well, I think that it is because it says something about the group dynamics of using or of having the teacher be in the group. There's something about me that seems to reduce the willingness that students have to talk to each other. I guess maybe because I'm the authority position. So I'm not sure why it happened, but I think it has something to do with the authority of the teacher. So now what? I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do next, but two things occur to me. And one is I could just not join any of the groups. I hope that they would keep working, but it's a little hard to tell if I'm not there where I can monitor. Another one, I might just turn off my video because maybe if they don't see me, they'll be less inclined to talk to me rather than talk to each other. Now, that was a very quick example of how we can use what, now what, so what, and now what. Our three simple questions. What happened? What did it mean? So what? ¿Por qué pasó y fue significante? And finally, what will I do next time? So we've been looking at this system of what, so what, and now what as a way of reflecting on things that happen in our classrooms while we're teaching. So I'd like to invite you now to pick up a notebook. I always have my journal with me and a pen, and go ahead and write out about something that's happened to you in your recent teaching. What happened? So what? Why did it happen? And finally, now what? What will you try next time? And then go ahead and share with us in the comments what it is you might do next time you try to teach something similar. Thank you very much again for listening to this video.